I done beat a lot of stuff. No matter what they try to take away from me, I beat it. I beat it.
Boom. Right.
And I'm still trying to, push forward. When people say legacy, I feel like you gotta picture where I came from. I already done enough.
The mega fight, that dance with destiny, is nearly at hand. And with both superstars in the fine-tuning stage, secrecy is crucial. That's why Davis made sparring the most important element of any camp, off limits to cameras. But his team's visible confidence hints at his readiness.
Hey, you having fun, ain't you?
We're now 2 weeks away from Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis, and you can feel the energy shifting. Every new clip, every leaked sparring story, every snapshot from Tank's camp, it's all building into something bigger. What started as just another fight date on the calendar is now turning into a full-blown storm that's about to hit the boxing world head-on.
Many years ago, legendary champion Marvin Hagler remarked that it's hard to get up and do road work at 5 a.m. when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. In other words, when you're hungry, when you're chasing something, the grind comes naturally. But once you're comfortable, that fire can fade. Unless it was never about comfort in the first place.
Tank looks massive. That old lightweight frame, gone. What we're seeing now is a version of Gervonta Davis that's built different. Heavier, denser, dangerous. He's walking around with that fight-week swagger. Chest out, shoulders broad, arms carved like he's been sparring with powerlifters instead of boxers. Every movement looks heavier, every punch sounds like a door slamming shut. You don't just see the power, you feel it.
The crowd, the hype. I don't know what type of person Frank are. I could tell body language. And I would see it. I would see it if he's nervous or anything like that inside the ring. If it do play a big part, I take advantage of it.
Here's where most people are getting it twisted. Don't confuse that size for slowness. We've seen this storyline play out before. Remember when Terrence Crawford moved up? Everyone said the same thing. He's too small, he'll lose his edge. Then he stepped in the ring bigger, faster, and dismantled Canelo like he'd been built for that weight all along. That's the blueprint Tank's following. Not just growing stronger, but evolving smarter, more calculated, more lethal.
You need a performance of your life. The whole world will be watching this young kid.
Oh, yeah.
Big stage, record audience, millions watching. For Tank, this is nothing new. But it's not exactly the same either, because he's never had such a treacherous opponent to prepare.
It's not just size, it's smart mass, controlled power. Gervonta's not here to outjog Jake Paul. He's here to outgun him. Every extra pound looks intentional, sculpted for destruction. The movement, still lightning fast. The reflexes, still Tank. 2 weeks out, the message couldn't be clearer. This isn't Tank adapting to Jake's size. This is Tank weaponizing it. He's not matching mass. He's molding it into another highlight reel knockout waiting to happen.
I don't want to lose. I hate losing. I know Tank hate losing. Lamont damn sure don't want to lose, so it's gonna make for a good fight, man.
It's not just size. It's smart mass, controlled power. Gervonta's not here to outjog Jake Paul. He's here to outgun him. Every extra pound looks intentional, sculpted for destruction. The movement, still lightning fast. The reflexes, still Tank. 2 weeks out, the message couldn't be clearer. This isn't Tank adapting to Jake's size. This is Tank weaponizing it. He's not matching mass. He's molding it into another highlight reel knockout waiting to happen.
I just want to see Tank fight Shakur Stevens, Devin Haney, all the fights, man. Like, you know what I mean? I think it's Tank, as a world champion first, he should give us those fights. Because those are the fights I want to see. Not taking anything away from the fight with Jake Paul. I know it's going to be a big fight with big money, But
Benavidez also dropped a sneaky gem in there. He knows the money fights aren't always about legacy. They're about smart business. He said what everyone's been thinking. This isn't a clash of skill. It's a collision of danger and size in real time. And that's what makes it electric. You've got one of the most explosive punchers since Mike Tyson stepping into what looks like a circus. Only this act might end like a crime scene. And people are mad he's cashing $40 million? Be serious. If you could make that kind of money before breakfast, you'd grab the pen.
It's not really, it's competitive to the point where it's not really about the skill. It's about the size and the skill. You know what I mean? Because Tank is way smaller than Jake Paul, you know, but we know that if he lands a good shot, it could be over for Tank. But also, in my opinion, Jake Paul is so big that if he lands the right shot, maybe if he lands in the back of the head or in the side of the head, it might be over.
Just when Benavidez finished dropping that dose of real talk about money versus legacy, boom. Abel Sanchez stepped in like the voice of old school reality, ready to cool down all that modern madness. No filters, no fluff. He straight up said, "I don't like the fight as a fan, but as a coach, take the bag, son." That's raw honesties, and you've got to respect it. Abel wasn't talking about legacy. He was talking about longevity. He basically looked at Tank and said, if you're gonna risk your chin for a living, make sure those—
You know what, as a fight fan, I don't like the fight. But as a coach, I think it's a good move for Tank Davis. I mean, I've seen too many kids go out of this sport with not a cent in their pocket. And I think that if Tank Davis takes advantage of a big payday like that, I think it's a ridiculous fight as far as a fight fan. But as a coach, I understand it. You have to take care of your own.
Facts. Boxing history is stacked with broke legends who had belts but no bank accounts. So Tank locking in a payday with Jake Paul? That's not ducking, that's chess. Smart fighters aim for two things: opponents and generational wealth. Then Abel dropped that vintage coach logic. To him, Jake Paul's no threat. He said it like Jake's just a YouTuber on career day. You could practically hear him thinking, yeah, he's got 50 pounds on Tank.
In the street, that's who he was fighting. He was fighting bigger guys than him. He was always a smaller guy. So he knows how to fight those big guys. He knows how to duck up underneath and throw those looping shots because that's who he fought in the street. At least that's my opinion anyway. He's always been the little guy, and I'm sure that in the street he wasn't a choir boy. I'm sure that he had his moments, and everybody was bigger than him. So he knows how to take care of himself. I don't think Jake Paul is a threat.
The way Abel broke it down, head movement, looping shots, that Street Fighter DNA. It was poetic violence wrapped in wisdom. The best part? He compared Jake to a guy who might land one punch if grandma had a mustache. Pure gold. That's vintage old school boxing humor right there. Abel basically handed Tank his flowers while side-eyeing the circus. And he's right, because deep down, everyone knows the truth. If Tank lands clean, that 50-pound difference won't save Jake. His next upload might just be live from—
No, like you're a bigger guy, you could take punches from a smaller guy, you know?
If grandma had a mustache?
That's not really your grandma.
Yeah. If Tank connects with the right hand, he's putting him out.
Yeah.
Just like he did Garcia.
I think that's what a lot of people like are thinking, but
again, it's on the up and up.
Yeah.
So I keep saying, no, it's on the up and up.
And right after Abel Sanchez hit us with that cold shower of boxing realism, Michael Jai White steps in, the smooth, fight-savvy philosopher of the game. The man staring at those betting odds like he's breaking down a movie script. P136 for Jake, 75 for Tank. Then, without hesitation, he drops it. Yeah, Tank's the guy. He says it with that calm, unbothered confidence, like a man who's seen this story before. Because honestly, how could you be surprised? This isn't just size versus skill, it's TikTok strength versus world-class timing.
But the fact that Gervonta, I believe he spars people that are much heavier than him. And that upper.
Who do you got?
I would have to bet on Gervonta for all the little things, all that, and the fact that he's not old.
Yeah.
I think he makes up for the weight situation. I don't know if a guy that size is going to be fast enough to catch Gervonta clean.
True.
Yeah.
But Gervonta might catch him.
Oh, he is going to catch.
Michael gets it. You can't fake fight IQ. Jake might have YouTube power, but Tank's got generational aim, the kind that doesn't miss, even if you're 3 weight classes up. And you've got to love how Michael spun it. He goes, yeah, Jake's fighting a real champion this time, like he's politely reminding the world that boxing isn't a content creator side quest. Then he drops that gem about people fighting bears next. And honestly, he's not wrong. The sport's starting to look like a circus. But Tank? He's about to remind everyone what real violence looks like. Because you can bulk up, cut down, or pray to the algorithm all you want. But when that left hand lands, it's not going to feel like views. It's going to feel like vengeance.
It wasn't Gervonta Davis. It was somebody else in that that weight category.
It'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, it'd be ridiculous. But Gervonta, I mean, technique-wise and heart-wise, that makes it interesting. Again, kudos goes to Jake Paul because it kind of worked its way up, even though the guy is so much smaller.
And just when we thought Michael Jai White's breakdown was the biggest "what did I just hear" moment of the week, boxing goes full Hollywood sequel mode. Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao 2. Like, bro, we're really doing this? 2026, probably streaming on Netflix. And Dana. White just launched his headset into orbit. Floyd's pushing 50. Manny's had more comebacks than Tom Brady. And yet here we are, talking about a rematch like it's 2015 all over again. It's insane. But you can't deny it feels iconic. The sport's been starving for a spark. And who better to light it than two legends who defined an era? If Netflix wanted to break the internet, this is the formula. Nostalgia, money, and a storyline that practically writes itself.
The announcement apparently in talks, in serious talks, sometime in 2026 on Netflix, Mayweather Pacquiao 2. And what Cobb said there, I agree with a lot of it. Number one, I agree that this, regardless of the skill level, regardless of the time out of the ring, regardless of all of that, this would still be a very solid.
Because this isn't just about who wins. It's about who still belongs in that ring after all these years. And let's be honest, I'm watching it. You're watching it. We're all watching it. Because this isn't just a fight anymore. It's nostalgia wrapped in legacy, sprinkled with $1 billion production budget. Sure, they're older now, but tell me you wouldn't tune in just to see who aged better, the businessman or the senator. Floyd's defense might still be slick enough to dodge tax season, and Manny, he might just throw a combo fast enough to restart his political career mid-fight. Honestly, at this point, I think Pacquiao's swinging harder just to win the Wi-Fi password. But underneath the memes and the madness, it's kind of poetic. Two warriors too proud to fade quietly, stepping under the lights one last time. It's the final chapter nobody expected, but everybody secretly
Well, Manny came out of retirement after 3 years and went toe-to-toe and arguably beat Mario Barrios. Let's be honest. That's probably more of an indictment on the sport than this fight would ever be, but you're still going to get that feel of like, oh man, here come the novelty act fights. All right, this is what we're doing. I don't necessarily feel that way. You're going to get that feel with a lot of the hardcore boxing fans, but just like a Mike Tyson, Jake Paul, just like a Gervonta Tank Davis, Jake Paul, just like a Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul, you're going to get more of an attention outside of your hardcore fan base from casual audiences to watch a fight like this.
So here we are, 2 weeks out, and this fight feels less like a boxing event and more like a cultural earthquake waiting to hit. You've got Gervonta Davis, the compact destroyer built like a coiled spring of TNT, and Jake Paul, the internet empire wearing boxing gloves, two worlds that should have never collided. Yet somehow it makes perfect sense. Every quote, every leak, every training clip is pure adrenaline. And with legends like Benavidez, Abel Sanchez, and Michael Jai White all weighing in, it's clear this isn't just hype. It's history unfolding in real time. Whether you're rooting for the boxer or the brand, the old school or the algorithm. This is one of those rare moments where the sport doesn't just feel alive, it feels reborn.
Where you're talking about pound for pound, number one, number two greatest all time in those weight divisions. I mean, you can argue for the heavier guy. I'm just saying these are two of the greatest, and if they want to do it, even in their old age, I wouldn't recommend it. But then again, Manny just fought a world championship fight and looked okay compared to what he was in there with. So I don't mind it. I will watch this. I will break it down. I will.
Who's walking out with the bragging rights, and who's getting humbled? Is Tank about to silence the circus? Or will Jake Paul shock the purists one more time? Drop your predictions in the comments. Let's debate it out. And yo, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters for more fight breakdowns, drama, and chaos from the world's most unpredictable sport. See you in the next one. Gloves up, heads down, and stay